Oh boy! Here we go, guys. What a wild one. Crazy ass weekend. So much to talk about. If you are a Schmoedown fan, this is like the stream for you right now. And if you are not, I'm telling you guys, I will walk you through it. I'll treat you gently. I'll make sure that you understand what we're talking about, what we're going through. Like, holy crap, with the amount of things that actually took place this weekend. I can't believe that we had the awards and the draft. Just crazy, crazy year so far. I'm so excited and proud of my team already. And yeah, I can't wait to get right into this, guys. So definitely it's going to be a big stream tonight. I'm going to be taking a lot of questions from you guys. Don't forget that you can super chat in here, or you could also go to streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer if you want to support me right now. A lot of shout outs to the folks such as myself who lost our jobs during the awards and the draft. So good thing I have a good sense of humor because we took some digs there, and a lot of love too. Also, guys, subscribe if you have not already. We are trying to get to 20,000 subscribers. We hit 19,000 subscribers. I know we can do this. 20,000 is within our reach. I love what you guys have done for Roka's channel and Riley's channel, and Koi and everyone. You guys have been so supportive. So Roxstars, let's do this. Let's get to 20,000 subscribers. We can do it. We can fucking do it. And all of that. Also, if you don't have the means to support me financially, guys, tell a friend. Tell a friend. You can subscribe. You can thumbs up. You can tell a friend. We can grow the Roxstars. Roxstars band forever. And yeah, all of you guys are amazing. I did want to give some Streamlabs shout outs, by the way, on the off days, because what's cool about Streamlabs, it's not like Super Chat where you guys can only do it if you're watching live. If you're watching after the fact, you can go to Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, as Matt West 3003 did. He said, and it's $10 and up, so you guys know what that means. Harley Quinn voice, I'm sorry you lost your show, Collider. Your courage and kindness through it all is a light in this world. Thanks, Matt. I really appreciate that. You rock. Helen Ann says, just saying hi. Good luck at the award/draft. Thanks. I appreciate your good luck. I needed it and I got it. Lloyd Nance says, sorry I missed your stream, but now that you have the Streamlabs/Roxy Stryer, I can tip you anytime. You're the best. Thanks, Lloyd. Appreciate that. Also, we do have a super chat in here coming from Movie Fanboy, our first super chat of the day, who says, congrats on the draft. Happy for the odd couple and your good picks. If you're in Brooklyn, I'm coming down from Boston. Hopefully meet some of you. So I will say to anybody who is watching this now, this is a spoiler heavy stream tonight. Spoiler for the Schmoedown. So we are going to talk about the awards. We are going to talk about the draft. I am going to give you the behind the scenes dirt. I am going to answer all your questions. I am going to tell you what the fuck I was thinking with some of my picks that seem rather confusing. And I am also going to tell you what we did afterwards, the whole night, the whole experience. So spoilers on all things Schmoedown tonight. Shout out to Andrew Thomas in the super chat right now. Hey, sexy Star Wars Roxy. How was your weekend? The NFL playoffs have been crazy. I know. My weekend was wild. I can't wait to talk about it. And the playoffs, I know. Here's the thing. I like, you guys know I'm a Patriots fan, so when they're out, it's harder. I was rooting for the Seahawks tonight over the Packers. I've been keeping up with the game as of this point. Seahawks are not doing as well as I was hoping they'd be doing. But I decided I had to stream earlier because I know Action Industries is going to be streaming later, and I think other people were planning on streaming later too. So I'm streaming during the game. If that means that you guys have to watch me after the fact, I totally get it. It is what it is. Hopefully there's enough non-football fans in here, or people who are just tapped out on football for right now. Oh, and also I'm gonna need you guys' help today because I do have one seat still open on my team, which puts us in an interesting position. So yeah, Blazing Inferno at 90. Hello, my queen. Hashtag Roxstars. Hello, thank you for being here in the super chat, Blazing Inferno. And shout out to everybody else who's joining us live right now. Chase Hall, Garth McMurray, Global CPUI, Kenny Yu, Hey Craig, Manny Gonzalez, Gilberto Campia, Alex the Great, Mark M, Brian Pantoja, Roman McCoy, Gilberto, Neil Varma, Andrew, Weston Ira, C-Dubs, Big J21, Troy, Lyle Scott, Eric Frederick, who's awesome. Shout out to somebody who has housed me and I appreciate. Kaiser had the most questionable and confusing draft. Yeah, we can go over all the other drafts as well. Paul Denuzio in the super chat. Hell yeah, quick support to say, hell of a draft, girl, before I head back to bed. Paul, I know you're not feeling well tonight. Best wishes to you. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. You rock. Jake Yakoveta and Matthew Gold are amazing mods in the house right now, so don't try anything fishy, huh? Okay. Let's talk, guys. Let's talk. All this stuff, and still tons of things to break down. Everybody's saying feel better, Paul. Good. Paul's the shit. So there's a, hey, stop ignoring my super chat. Jay, what are you talking about? You said this last time too. I don't think your super chats are going through, dear. I don't ignore the super chats. Check to make sure they're going through. Can anybody else see Jay Leno's super chat? Also, again, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. If you have any Schmoedown related questions, comments, concerns, etc., Sean Cow 26 in the super chat right now. Schmoedown, lowdown, let it rip. Absolutely, I will. Anthony Nugent popping in to say hi. Just had stitches put in my head. Sorry, this sounds rude and I apologize, but I'm off as your voice is hurting my head with the pain. Keen to see the Roxstars future. Sorry about your head, honey. Stitches for what? Jeez, feel better. Really hope you do. Jay Leno says, read my super chat out loud. It's not there, Jay. I scrolled all the way up. Nope, nobody sees it. It's not going through, honey. Ben Rayner, so is JTE there. Nice faction you have. I'll talk all about that JTE decision soon, Ben. I really will. I know it was an interesting choice, but it is my, I have reasons and I will tell you all of them. So what do you guys want to start with? The awards or the draft? The awards or the draft? Send bunnies if you want the awards. Send hearts if you want the draft. Bunnies for awards, hearts for drafts. Jay Leno says, I'm not paying anymore unless you read it. I can see it there. Just because you can see it there doesn't mean it went through, honey. That's not how it works. If nobody else can see it, we can't see it. Just go to Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. It always works 100% of the time there. Hearts, a lot of hearts. People want to know about the draft before they want to know about the awards. Wow. Tons of hearts. A couple of bunnies, but mostly hearts. Please stop calling Lay Geno Jay Leno. I know Jay. It's messing with my head. Oh, is it Lay Geno? Yeah, Lay Geno, sorry. Okay. So let's get into it. I guess, guys, that means that we're going to start by talking all about the draft and how the Roxstars were selected and what you guys think I should do with that 10th seat and how other teams stacked up. So starting with my team, guys, the Roxstars. So in case you don't watch Schmoedown, again, quickly, the Schmoedown is where movie trivia meets WWE. It's kind of like a competition where you fight each other with movie trivia, and you do that, but like in characters. There's faces, which are the good guys. There's heels, which are the bad guys. There's costumes and gimmicks, and the trivia is real. The rivalries are put together. So I hope that makes sense. That's the deal with Movie Trivia Schmoedown. It's a really great time to get started as a fan because, like I said, we just did this draft. Everything's new. Everything's happening right now. And it's a really, if you've never heard of it, never seen it before, it's a really cool time again. Ooh, Packers scored again, Gilberto. Not looking good. Not looking good, Seahawks. Sanchez or Henderson says, Roxy, you're awesome. That's all. That's the message. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You rock. Okay. So let's start with my first pick, guys. Round one. Pick one. So I had the second pick in all the draft. I was not coy about this. No pun. no pun intended, I didn't mean coy the person, I meant coy the adjective. I was not pretending like I didn't know. I was not keeping the suspense. Everybody knows I'm a loyal person, part of being from Boston, and there was nothing, I had no decision to be made for this first round because unless Sam Levine took the odd couple, which I didn't think he was going to do, I was taking the odd couple. Therefore I did, and I did something which to pat myself on the back for a second, as we'll come back later, we can talk about why I did this and why as a manager you should do this. But what I did was I made sure that when I drafted the odd couple, I said the odd couple. And I did not say in round 1 I'm going with Snyder or round 1 I'm going with Draco. I said I am taking the odd couple for round 1 and 2. And I did not put one before the other. I checked with Christian beforehand and asked if I could do that. And he said yes, that I could pick the odd couple because they are ranked as 1. So I get to pick them as 1. And therefore I did not have to make one of my players feel like they were not in the same as the other. If that makes sense. Finstock Exchange podcast. Oh boy, who's doing the Finstock Exchange podcast? Is it Finstock and his left ass cheek? I've had better ones, guys. I've had better ones. Okay, so that's what I did for my round 1. Now, and round 2. So now I've taken Draco and I've taken Snyder, right? Finstock, just wait. Oh boy. Okay. Spectacular in the super chat. Keep pushing forward like a warrior. Thank you. I will. I do. I plan on it. All the things. Absolutely. Guys, in the Streamlabs right now, Lloyd Nance, our very first super chatter ever, says, hi, Roxy. Happy Sunday. The Balance says, rock on, Roxy. Thank you. Glenn Caesar with the $100 Streamlab. Thank goodness for you, Glenn. It's getting real tight this month. Hi, Roxy. You can do your special voice if you want. I'll leave it up to you. What an amazing weekend. The awards and draft were fire. For sure, you and the Roxstars are going to kill it this year. Hashtag Roxstars band rules. You rock, Glenn, the most generous person on the planet. Thank goodness for you. Tim Koscuba in the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStar. What's up, Roxy? Is it possible to drop these streams in audio form as podcasts? I'd love to listen to them on the go, and I'm sure I'm not alone. 2020 already rocks. I am going to be upgrading my audio very soon and recording into a mic, and once I do that, yes, I will figure out how to drop them in podcast form. So yes, I will be doing that. Jake Yakoveta, $50 in the Streamlabs. You fucking killed it in that dress last night. Thank you, Jake. It was a pantsuit dress, romper, jumper thing. You rock, Jake. The absolute best. Wish you were here. Really do. Okay. So, Olivia says, Greg and I flipped out when you picked JTE because that's our boy. LL immediately texted him to tell him to move back. I wish. Poor Roka getting triggered by going number 4, says Eric Frederick. We will talk all about that. Don't you worry, friend. But going through my draft first and my thought process. So no surprise there that I picked the odd couple. You all knew I was going to do that. I was not trying to shock anybody. I, number 1, think that they're the best team. So that's lucky for me. But number 2, again, with the loyalty, I was just not going to fuck them. There was no part of me that was going to fuck them. It's not who I am. It's not in my blood. It's not what I want. It's not the smart move. So, yes. And I told Andraco and Snyder that from day 1. So that was great. Then let's talk about what happened after that. Because for my 3rd round pick, this was a surprise to everybody because I had gone on backstage this week and said I didn't know if this would be a good fit. But after much consideration, I had picked 20 on the board. And with my pick number 20, which was my 3rd round pick, I went with Alex Damon. Now, Alex Damon is a Star Wars champion. We all know that. Star Wars Explained. He's a legend. He's fantastic. he's seemingly like practically unbeatable. And he's a guaranteed, he's a champ. He's a champ. But the reason that I really like Alex Damon, other than the Star Wars stuff, this year, is that he's gonna make an Inner Geekdom run. And in fact, you know, that involves some live shows. I think you guys know about that. I never know what I can say. But the Inner Geekdom run is something I'm really excited about. And he actually texted me earlier about my advice about how breaking up studying, and I'm gonna get back to him about making a plan for him and a plan of attack on how to get these Inner Geekdom wins, because Inner Geekdom is a whole different world for him. And I'm really excited to see him take it on, and also for you guys to get to know him a little better, to know his personality a little more. Glenn Caesar says, yes, February 29th in Atlanta. Exactly. So that's a live show now, so I'm which means more points, by the way. So I'm guaranteed a live show with him for Inner Geekdom, where he's gonna be nervous, because anybody would be nervous. It's not Star Wars. It's a whole new thing for him. And he's gonna need a really strong manager behind him, and I think that I'm the manager to do that. So I'm really excited about that. Manny Gonzalez, yes, Roxy, and because of the IG run in Star Wars, that's also more points. The one thing I'm bummed about is the fact that he doesn't live in LA, and I like to actually hang out with my players. But we'll have him in on Skype if we do, and when we do study sessions, and I've already been DMing with him a lot, and he'll have my number, we'll be texting, and I'm already gonna see him, and I know that we're competing in February, and by the way, he's gonna have, between IG and Star Wars, I'm gonna be seeing him all the time, I feel like, so I'm really excited about that. I'm really impressed with him as a person, and yeah, he was kind of for me, I know there was people that were technically ranked before him, and I was looking at Chandru and Brandon Hanna, thinking about trying to make a really strong IG run. I think they would have been great picks as well, but he's a proven champion, and you know, with Draco and Snyder, who have had the belts, and with him, you know, I've got 3 people who have held belts on my team in my first 3 picks, so I'm really excited to help him with IG, and yeah, I'm excited to make that work. Oh, they live in Atlanta, right? You know, I believe so. Yeah, I saw him in Chicago, but Atlanta, they're not in LA. And I have to and that's the other thing, I'm excited to get to know Alex Damon more. Yeah. So that was my 3rd pick. Then for my 4th pick, somebody who I didn't think, she was not in my list of people that I was thinking about pulling for my 4th pick. She was not somebody I was thinking about pulling, only because I didn't think there was any world in which she would slip to the 4th round. She was ranked number 17, and that is me getting her, I believe, at 35 was such a steal. I mean, I've loved her for a really long time. We heard it in the awards or in the draft, I forget where. You know, she's beat Ellis, she beat Riley, she's taken down some huge, massive players, and yes, she's had some ups and downs, but I think it's because she hasn't been managed properly, and I'm excited to see what we can do with her. I don't know whether we're going to make a teams run or a singles run right now, and I'll be getting your guys' advice about that, but Stacey Howard. I'm talking about Stacey Howard. She's a stud, and I cannot believe she went all the way in the 4th round. I thought she possibly would go, she was definitely going to go in the 3rd round, but even possibly she could have gone in the 2nd round. So, yeah, Stacey Howard, I also think she has a great attitude. She's a cool player. She definitely fits the theme of my thing, which is Roxstars meets like Bizarro. And so she's for sure that. And yeah, I'm just really, really excited. Manny says, I told you to get her, Roxy. I think she has the most promise in my view. Stacey Howard is great. I think she's great too. Becky says Stacey Howard over Rachel Silverstreamy. Becky, she is ranked higher technically, Stacey. And not only that, but she's been under the lights more, and I've known Stacey for a lot longer. I like Rachel a lot, and Rachel went lower down than she should have as well. But for me, for what I was looking for, I think Stacey Howard fit on my team better at this time. You never know how things shake out. But yeah, I think Stacy is a big steal for me. That was a big one that I was really, really excited about. Now that was not the one that got most people talking though. It's this next pick of mine that really made people confused, concerned, curious, whatever word you want to use. James Reamer in the chat right now, by the way, guys. Thank you for the super chat. So exciting to see this community already so active in supporting our girl. Keep doing dope things, Roxy. Going to love watching this channel grow. Thank you. And I'm going to give you guys always all the behind the scenes and everything you love, whether it's Screen Junkies, Schmoedown, the SEN live shows, more things and drama going over on at Collider, everything at AfterBuzz TV, DC Movie News. I've got that dirt, so we're definitely going to be talking about it. Also, while I'm talking about the super chats in here, don't forget streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, guys, if you would like to support me there. And subscribe. We're currently at 19,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers. Let's see if by the end of the stream we can get to 19.1. That would be pretty badass. I see that I'm on like some group thread right now. I see that Roca, Mulligan, Riley, Sheridan, they're all texting me, but I can't see what it says because my phone's doing this. So something's happening right now. All I see is go clean up puke. I don't know who said it. I do not know who. I'll have to see. So yes, let's talk about it now. I know I've hyped up to it. That 5th round, guys. Yes, I picked somebody who does not live here, who moved from this state. And yes, this was an incredibly risky pick. I will say that. I'll say that a lot. That person is JTE. Josh the engineer, Josh Tapia. JTE, my homie, my friend, my partner in crime. JTE and I have been in so many different places together. He was at AfterBuzz with me, and with Schmoes Know, and everything Schmoedown related with me, and Screen Junkies, he was our engineer forever. So JTE and I have worked together in a bajillion and one places. So there's that. Then there's the fact that JTE is from Boston, so we've got that bond. Then there's the fact that JTE is, like many of the other people who are in the Schmoedown, living out of state, but that's not stopping them from doing live shows, traveling. Then there's the fact that he was part of the Patriots, and Jeff Snyder obviously wanted him. And the fact that in the 5th round, he was the only person on the list who is a champion who had not been drafted. The only champ on there to have not been drafted. So, yes, I decided to do my due diligence and see. I had Snyder text him. JTE said, I'll fly out there 2 times this year. Also, there's that Boston show. So there's that. And I was like, if we can get JTE to play at least 2 to 3 times, this is worth it. This is worth it. You know, he's an absolute stud. And I think that, you know, I'm not planning on breaking up the Odd Couple or anything like that. They're an amazing team, but if there could be some kind of a Patriots comeback for a minute or a show or whatever he wants to do, if he's got to sleep on my couch, he's got to sleep on my couch. JTE, once he gets out here, I'm telling you, I'm going to try to have Christian line up match after match after match for him. He's so effing good. And he's, you know, he's just super legit. And he was stoked when we were texting. He started sending me all these different Patriots memes and GIFs and stuff. And yeah, Glenn says JTE 2 to 3 times a year. Very, very interesting. Yeah, and dude gets points, you know, which is awesome. I think it was kind of a steal for me. I know I probably could have gotten him in a later round, but what happened was, genuinely, Jeff Snyder looked at me and said, please do this for me. I want this to be a televised moment, so I don't want to take him after the 6th pick. I'm scared that he's going to go, and even if he doesn't, I think he deserves this, and I think he would be a great addition to our team, and I really want this. And sometimes you have to listen to your players and what they want, what they need, and I'm not an island. This isn't just about what I want and need. And he looked at me honestly and said, please, please. So I said, okay. So we did this one for Snyder, but we also did it for the team. And pretty excited about that. We got to work on his spelling. But other than that, I think we'll be able to make it work. A Spectre in the super chat. Roxy, just want to say you're a comedic genius. I love your chemistry with Josh McCouga, Cody, Christian, and Darina. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't know about a comedic genius, but I definitely try. Certainly try. Sean Cal, 26. JTE is going to rock this year. Again, money. He never doesn't rock, guys. He's really great, and he's like the most lovable person. He's so easy to root for. So fucking easy to root for. You know, he just really is. So it was an interesting pick, but it was the one that I made. And then, yeah, I think after that I made a pick that shocked people as well. This is somebody who is not ranked in the top 45, but mostly because he lacks play tape in a lot of areas, and that's Jim Vejvoda. He is seriously, and I know I've said this a couple times, but could be the steal of the entire draft. A lot of people were nervous that Vejvoda is not going to play. But I spoke to him, and he is. A lot of this is about doing your research and texting and talking and seeing what people want to do, and, you know, I bet if Rocky turns on live chat, she'll see my messages. I see your messages. What are you talking about? My live chat is on. Jim is a sweet pick. Alex looked great. Thank you. I agree. Jim's a great player, says Brian. Here's the deal. Vejvoda doesn't know the game. I don't need him to. I know the game. So, you know, I will ask you guys this, something that I'm thinking about. By the way, Robert Parker in the chat right now. Robert, I have so much to talk to you about. But he says right now Vejvoda is a sleeper pick. If he can get matches, he's an absolute killer. Yeah, and he told me that he'd play. And so my thing is, I've been texting with him all day too. My thing with Vejvoda is I've got to figure out what I want to do with him. Because all he said to me was, I will play for you. And I'll play hard for you. And again, I don't need him to know the game. I know the game. I can teach him aspects of the game, but I'm not going to let him give bio picks to Roka. You know, like I'm not going to do that. So he doesn't have to worry about that area. But for me, what I need him to be able to do is show up. And when I talked to him, he said, we just need to plan the stuff in advance. And now that I'm managing a whole team and everybody has more players, Christian has talked about how important it's going to be picking these in advance. So, and especially because a lot of our players are coming out of town, we're going to have to make these in advance. We're going to have to set the schedule in advance. So I really don't think this is going to be a problem. As long as he knows in advance, he can clear it with his work. And I also think that he's an awesome dude. So I'm just really excited to have him. And so something I've been thinking about is pairing him up with Stacey Howard for a teams run. Vejvoda could also do singles. So I don't know which one exactly I want him to do yet. You know, it's kind of up in the air. By the way, just pausing on who I picked because that does bring me to the 6th round, which were all the things that were televised. But talking about Robert Parker for a second, talk about going so early. I mean, he's somebody who I was talking to and sent me such a lovely message about the Roxstars and the game in general, and was somebody that I definitely had my eye on, but I didn't get the chance. There was a lot of people like that. Actually, not a lot, but you know, if you look at my draft sheet, which I can show you guys at some point and read you guys exactly what's going on or what I was thinking, you know, I think that Robert Parker went high for a great reason. But I was going to be really excited if I could manage him. Same thing about Janine. I really was looking into her because I love her as well. And you don't get everybody that you want, of course. But yeah, that was tough. It's tough. It feels like little shots in the, you know, it's hard. Or like today, I really wanted to take Cameron Rice. And Sam snapped him up. And that happens. It happens because you make educated guesses about where you can pick someone, where you can pull them, and yeah, that's the tough part. But That brought me through my 6th round, guys. And then after the 6th round, we got to these text things. By the way, pausing for a second, Lay Geno in the super chat, he said something, but then Jake deleted it. I don't know what was even said there, but I did see it at least, Lay Geno. So now you know at least that was working. Thanks for that. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to make of the YouTubes. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer is the way that it stays there. I won't miss any of your messages there, and I get a bigger percentage of the money that you guys contribute. But right now, James Shaw in Streamlabs says, I miss the live stream most of the time being in Australia and working, but I do watch the video once I get home. Can't wait to see you strive on YouTube and in the Schmoedown. Roxstars hype. James, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Roxstars hype for real. Again, also 19,000 subscribers, trying to get to 20,000 subscribers. We can do it. I know we can. Trying to get to 19.1 by the end of this stream. We're going to be talking a lot more Schmoedown stuff, all different movie, TV stuff related as well. Brandy says, be good while I'm gone, guys. Brandy, who knows if they will. Without Brandy, our amazing mods will be great. Okay, so... yeah, that brought us through those rounds. And then talking a little bit about how the texting rounds worked. So this made me incredibly nervous because Christian told us last night we were going to be texting about it, and I was working today. So I was like, oh, fuck. And he was like, you're going to have 5 minutes to respond, and if you don't respond, then you forfeit your pick. And I was like, I'm going to be at work, motherfucker. So I just tried really hard to be on top of it and on my phone, and tried to look at it that way, like this is just something I have to do, so you got to make it all work. So when it got to me for my 7th round pick, I was like, holy shit. I mean, who am I going to take? And then I looked and I was like, Del Rio hasn't been taken yet? We're in the 7th round. Like, how is that even possible? And it just, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. So, yeah, to me that one was like a no-brainer because he's actually like really good. And I know that he has scheduling issues a little bit as well, but I was excited. I was excited to have him there, and I can't believe he was. I really can't believe he was. That was so far down. I mean, my 7th pick, he was ranked like way earlier than that. I mean, I don't know even exactly where he was ranked, but I think it was like in the 20s he was ranked. This happens sometimes. Like Liz Shannon Miller went way down. Yeah, David Del Rio, he was ranked 29th. David Del Rio was ranked 29th. I got him in the 7th round. Steal. I DM'd him, haven't heard back yet. Because I got to get in touch with him because I got to start figuring out what our game plan is for him and what he wants to do and what, you know, I just got to figure it out because he's another person that I could ultimately end up putting on a team, you know. I was thinking about Stacy and Vejvoda. I'm also thinking about Del Rio and who we want to make singles runs and who we want to be on teams. So yeah, a lot. There was a whole lot of people that got picked way out of expected positions. Eric Frederick, totally. Yeah, totally. So Roxy turning her channel into a Schmoedown tips channel, that is quite the niche. Kyle, not always, but today, that was what this weekend was, all about Schmoedown. So that's why I'm talking all about it, because it was all about that this weekend. So that's what's going on in my life, so that's why I'm talking about it. So yeah, I think that was a big move. And then for my 8th round pick, I realized that for Inner Geekdom, I'm putting a lot of eggs in this Alex Damon basket. And I think that that's a good call of mine. But for somebody to play some of the earlier tier Inner Geekdom games, and somebody who I know personally really like is another Boston guy. So by the way, now Vejvoda, Snyder, JTE, myself, and this next pick, all New Englanders, which is dope. and that person's Jared Haven. Now, Jared, a lot of people know being from The Bachelor, and I actually know him and his wife, Ashley Canetti, and she's awesome too. I knew them initially because they came on an episode of TV Fights back in the day when they were not together, and they fought it out, and it was ridiculous, and there were tears and all of these great things, and then, not great things, but like dramatic things. And then Christian Harloff became friendly with Jared. So Jared and Ashley both sometimes started popping on Collider Live all the time. And Jared was one of my favorite guests to have on because he can talk movies, he can shoot the shit, he's a Boston guy, he's really fun and charismatic. I think that Ashley is a doll and great, and I've really enjoyed getting to know them both. So for a bajillion reasons, I really like Jared. Now, I've also watched, I think he's played 4 matches, and I've watched a couple of them. And I think some of the places he made mistakes were really easy questions that he got nervous about. Like, who was the director of Black Panther, okay? Things like that, where it's like, I know he knows the information, he just wasn't able to draw it. So I feel like if he had a better manager, he could do better in Inner Geekdom. But I also know he wants to make a teams and singles run this year. He wants all of them. And that he loves the Schmoedown. He's a super fan. He shows up for tapings. He wants to be there. And I want to work with people who want to be there. So I thought that Haven actually was a really fun pick because I like him. And I think that he has not tapped into his full potential, not even close yet, which is cool. Shadows Zach 09 in the super chat. Hey, have you seen 1917 yet by any chance? It's a pretty good movie. I watched it Saturday night, full theater. 1917 was the best movie of the year. It was amazing. It wasn't necessarily my favorite movie of the year, but it was the best. It was beautifully shot. Deacons for the win. Sam Mendes as well. It's perfect. I called that it was going to win all these awards, and I'm glad that it is. I'm really glad that it is, as it should be. Is Haven and JTE going to team up as Patriots 2.0 job movies? That would be awesome. You never know. You never know. Not seen the draft, but her team looks strong. Dark Faith, thank you. Appreciate that. Tyler in the super chat. Great job on the Damon pick. He's a lock to hold the Star Wars through the whole season and may even get an IG win or 2. That's a lot of points from one player. That is a lot of points. He might get more than 1 or 2 IG wins also, Tyler. I think that, I think that we've got great things in the future with him, and he's really sweet, and he wants to work. And I love people who want to work. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, TV Shika Productions, TV's, sorry if I butchered that. Incredible draft list. A band of Roxstars are shaping up to be the best looking faction, both in talent and looks. Can't wait to watch the awards and draft this week. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Jose Jimenez or Jimenez in the super chat. I love Little Women. What did you think? I also love Little Women. I love the story of Little Women. I think Greta Gerwig did a great job with this adaptation. And I thought it was really, really pretty and sweet and true to the story of Little Women and nice to watch. Thought they did a great job with it. Excellent job. No qualms. So then that left me to my 9th pick, guys. My 9th pick in the draft, which was challenging because at this point when you get down to it, you just got to feel something in your gut, right? You just got to feel it and move forward. And so I picked somebody who I work with every single week, somebody who has told me he wants to be more involved. He wants to do more in this. He'll do kind of whatever we think he should do. And that person is Adam Gertler. He's my co-host of DC Movie News. He has been for 6 years. I know that I love him and that we get along. I think it will be really fun for DC Movie News to have Adam, Mike, and I also involved in the Schmoedown. And I haven't told him this yet, although Adam and I were tweeting back and forth at each other. I have not said this to him yet. However, I am thinking about, because right now he's thinking he's either going to go singles or teams. I'm thinking about seeing if he would want to make an IG run. Now, obviously, some parts of IG are going to be much easier for him than others. DC, Marvel. But I think he could do it if he really dedicated himself. He's got an amazing memory. And yeah, he's good and he's fun. And he loves to be character. You know, he's an acting major, so he loves to be in character. Adam is always fun and has plenty of game in him, says Eric Frederick. Totally. You know, remember when DC was a team, Adam and Mike, people did not know who was better than the other one. And Adam was previously on my team. I was previously his manager, so I'm happy to have him come back home. So we'll see what we're doing. We will see what we're doing. Are you waiting for Roka's tournament he mentioned he might have? Weston, what are you talking about? I don't know what that means. Does he know Lord of the Rings well? Because I know he knows DC movies. I mean, he's seen all of them, Manny. I don't know if he knows them well right now, but that doesn't mean he couldn't learn. It doesn't mean that he couldn't learn Star Trek and Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. You know, because he could. He could. So, I don't know. And yes, Troy, we're going to have him talk this time. The silent Adam Gertler bit did not work as well as I think we were hoping. We plan on getting an advisor for Roxstars. Jaw Movies. I have to talk to Christian about this because, you know, it was announced that Ken is going to kind of do that for Sam Levine. And obviously Jay is there for Winston. And Grace is there for Kate. So I wonder what I am allowed to do. Which is all of this because not having the answers to a lot of this is why I stopped at 9 picks and did not take my 10th pick. Unless you guys feel like there's a newbie, the only thing I don't have on my team that I wanted was a newer player who we think could be a stud. So unless there's one of those that you guys think could be an actual rock star, pun intended, I'm going to keep this 10th spot open to see what it is that I have to do. Why did you pick Jim over Eric Goldman? He might be mad. I don't think Eric Goldman has been picked yet, Jeremy. And it's because I think that Jim's going to really rock this. Eric Goldman's the shit, though. I love him. Are you going to work at SEM? Red Dog, I think I'll do some stuff over there. I think I'll do some stuff. Zeno R wants Dorina for that 10th spot. I don't know if she really wants to play that much. I'd have to talk to her if she wants it. We could definitely talk about it. I thought Rachel was coaching Sam. Yeah, she's helping with that as well. But then Ken is stepping in, helping additionally, I believe. So yeah. Keeping the open spot is a great idea, says Troy. You can watch free agents and explore 2-for-1 trades without having to worry about dropping someone. I didn't want to draft someone to just have to drop them. That's shitty, I think. That's shitty. Jake says he volunteers as tribute, Roxy. I love that. That's awesome. And also, Perry says Becky. I don't know what her plan is this year, if she really wants to play or not. She hasn't taken much interest in playing a lot in the past. Don Stellato in the super chat. Join Patreon. Dom Perrione. 3rd tier. Awesome. Noah Stiletto. You rock. Jake Yakavetta in the super chat. Cheap plug for call to action winning after show of the year. We fucking did it. Jake, that rocks. I'm glad to hear you in here. Mazel tov, my friend. Kate drafted Brett Sheridan. That's true, C-dubs. So curious from you guys, who do you think so far has the best teams? Who are you liking? Who are you not? I mean, I think that a lot of this, truthfully, I don't use the word unfair very often, but the fact that Finstock Exchange was going into this with Roka, Riley, Bateman, and Merle. It's like, are you fucking kidding? I mean, I only had 2 players, so I didn't have anybody guaranteed. He had 4 players, which I think is just like, ugh, very ridiculous. But I get it, and they did a great job picking. Ben Bateman obviously does backstage for SEN, so he's in the know, and he did a ton of research. Matthew Gold in the super chat, are you going to see Bad Boys or Doolittle first? I am seeing Doolittle tomorrow night, and I'm seeing Bad Boys on Tuesday night. So I'll be talking to you guys about those for the next couple of days. I'm surprised you didn't go after Bonnie because of Friends, Ben. I don't know how she'll be as a player, though. You like the Mouthy Mercs a lot, says John Movies. I get that. Roxstars, Mouthy Mercs, and Swag had top drafts, in my opinion. Thank you, TV. Appreciate that. I think Mara is the best player, probably, and I wouldn't argue against Merle, says Weston Ira. Yeah, Mara is incredible. I think Koi got her. Is that right? Besides Roxstars, Corruption has a heck of a time. Shannon went for it. When Shannon broke up Wildberries, holy shit, people in there screamed. Guys, people flipped out. Mara is a Mouthy Merc. Koi got her for his third. Yeah. I really like Mara. I think she's an awesome pick. I thought about taking her instead of Damon. Yeah, she's a very good pick. Very good player. In the third round. Koi had a great draft, says Jordan. Koi didn't take a 9th or 10th player, which is interesting. Shannon's a heel. PC, she is a heel. Totally. I think the top 3 are horsemen because I won't say Roxstars and I won't say manager Roxstars. Huh, Manny? What are you trying to say? Koi with Shazam is perfect. I agree. I think he's a really good pick for them. I think that he really, really good for them. I think that was smart. I do want to fully look at all of the teams from all of the other people. For the Finstock Exchange, I know that they took the Horsemen. So I know they took Dan, Roca, Riley, and Ben. I also know that they took Demolanta, who was somebody I had my eye on, but once I took Alex Damon, Demolanta didn't really make sense. I also know Demolanta had been having conversations with Finstock, and he wanted to go there, so I didn't want to do that. They took Emily Rose Jacobson. Good job, Finstock, for knowing your player's fucking name, calling her Emily Lee Jacobson. I think that means you shouldn't get her. Somebody of her talent, Emily Rose, is awesome. So that was a really good grab. Also taking the Barbarian, who I knew that Finstock was obsessed with. We'll see how this Barbarian does. Grey Drake, that was such a steal. I think they got her in the 8th round. Grey Drake is awesome. I thought about drafting her. I really did want her. It just didn't work out that way. Ken McDowell in the Super Chat. Koi has a killer team. He landed incredible picks. Koi did well. We'll go over the Koi's. Moosty says sending in some love since not around much. Moosty, you rock. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate that. Jake, you're shouting out Danny Joy. Is she in here? Yeah, she did. She did a great job at the draft. Thanks, Danny. You rock. And then also rounding out Finstock Exchange, they took Cody Hall, who I adore. I think he actually does fit well on that team. They could have some fun with him. And BC, who is great. But I'm telling you guys, with Finstock Exchange taking all 10 of their picks, in this first week, they're going to have to cut somebody. Because I know that kind of research that Ben Bateman and Finstock are doing, mostly Bateman. And it just seems to me like they're probably going to end up cutting somebody. Which I don't think is the nicest thing to do the first week. I mean, if you got it, then you got to, so whatever. But, yeah. Wow, Koi went live 4 hours ago talking about the Mouthy Mercs. I'm interested to hear what it is that he had to say. And also, his full team. I'm trying to even remember who is on his full team. I know he took Shazam. And then I know he took Mara. I think he took Tim Franco, who I'm not sure how much he's going to be playing this year. But is a good pick. Glenn Caesar in the Super Chat. Roxy, thoughts on Sharon trying for a trade with Winston, possibly setting up a Wildberry reunion? I think that maybe that's why she did it, to get some leverage, so we'll see. Of course, somebody picked Guy Star Drew. He went to Sam Levine because he picked Drew McQueenie, so, they're a package deal. Koi got Scrimshaw, and he got Scrimshaw late, really late. Really, really late. Koi has Real Rejects too. Watched his stream earlier. Gotcha. And he got Haley Fouch. I love Fouch. Yeah, some really fun ones over there as well. Robert Meyer Burnett had a weird one. Had just like a weird draft in general. Pink, I explained why I picked JT. I explained. Winston had a wolf draft. I don't feel that way. I think Winston crushed. Because Winston got Chandru, right? Which is, I mean, I think that he's going to be awesome. I'm really interested in what Haven can do with Roxy pushing him. I think that puts Haven in a place to make a comeback player run. Yeah, totally it could. Totally could. So there was a lot. Winston cleaned up in the first few rounds. Robert Parker, totally. Robert Parker, unbiasedly, who do you think got who do you think did the best draft? Just curious. Honestly, Scrimshaw makes sense as a late pick just due to being a Star Wars player. Malcolm's Middle Earth, yeah, that's true. And I thought about picking him, but once I picked Alex Damon, there really is no point in picking a Star Wars player. There really wasn't, you know? Jose said Jimenez. Sorry, I don't know if that's an I or an L. Currently watching Pack Seahawks, so gotta go. Keep up the good work. Always here to support. Yeah, I was watching that too, but... Oh, wow, Seahawks are doing a lot better than when I was watching before. 23-28. Holy shit. Close game now, guys. Let's go, Hawks. Tyler says the Dungeons draft was strange. I think we all kind of did a little strange things. All of us. Brian, I don't think anybody did pull Molly Damon, which is silly. But again, I wasn't going to pull her after pulling Alex. Dungeon drafted Saul and traded him to the Den. Interesting. Jake, yeah, that was wild. That was kind of wild. I'm bummed that Kyler snagged up Robert Parker before you could. Garth, me too. Me too. I'm excited to see what he can do this year. Robert Parker says, oh, geez. Totally. The second he said it, though, he was like, we like young people. We don't like old people. And I was like, oh, fuck. You could tell it was coming. Also, I'm pretty sure Robert Parker and Smets are really good friends, so it kind of made sense. It's hard not to say Kaiser and the Dungeon. LOL. If we're talking new managers, I think Winston did the best. Cool. Yeah, I think that he did well too. I like Winston's energy in general. I thought you were going to draft Saul. You know, Saul said he wouldn't play for me, so I didn't. Christian was like, are you thinking about drafting Saul? And I was like, I don't know. Saul legit said he didn't want to play for me, so like, I don't want to draft somebody who doesn't want to play for me. But I am happy he did get drafted. Thoughts on Kaiser going with 3 IG picks in a row to start his faction? Points-wise, it might actually make sense because of how the point system works. So it could be a smart move. It's a weird one, but it could totally be smart. And also, Robert Parker, are you thinking about making a singles run at some point, or what's your thought? Saul playing hard to get. Maybe. Dark Faith 66, support Roxy. See you over at SEN probably. Thank you. Robert Parker says, I'm most interested to see the new teams like Tom Preston, Oyama Lawn. Those are 2 bomb teams. I think Oyama had a shaky end of the year, but he is a star. And I can't wait to see what he does. And putting him with somebody like Lon, who doesn't get shaken very easily, will be interesting. And Tom and Preston, I think, could possibly make one of the best teams that the league's ever seen. They're a really interesting team. They're going to be scary. Yeah, Eric Frederick just said that. Yeah, Kate crushed. Kate crushed with that. Oh, no, I forgot to post this on my Patreon. Patreon.com/RoxyStryer. I just put it there. I just forgot to hit post. Why and how? Sometimes it happens, guys. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I say weird shit. Thanks for not judging me. All my friends. I would put Thomas Silverstrini, says Darren Batten. Randall Tan says, press Tom. Totally. Oh my god, this group chat, guys. Winston. It's Christian too. And Roca, Riley, Sheridan, Christian. The fuck are they saying? I can't wait to go see. Looney Bin and Wildberries breaking up hurts. I feel that. I totally feel that. Oh, Glenn, thanks for putting it in the Discord. Kate picks strong players early and fan favorites late. She owned the draft, says Doom Tribe. I mean, I think that Kate had Christian Harloff's ear majorly because she was so, she's so involved with SEN and she was so new and thrown into this. I think that it's good, but I think Harloff definitely helped her. Shannon purposely breaking out the Wildberries as a heel move was hilarious. Billy Balfour, totally. I think the two biggest screams of the night was when she did that and when I picked JTE. I know that Roca tweeted, but was he visually upset when he was picked fourth by Finstock? Okay, so let's talk about this, Jose. John Roca was legit. This is not a bit. John Roca was legitimately upset being picked fourth by Finstock. And I understand that that might sound crazy to you fans because they had 4 safe seats and he was picked fourth, but he knew he was going to be safe. So really, it shouldn't matter. That being said, I actually think that he had a valid point. I actually think that if I was Roca, I'd probably be a little upset too. And I know that if any of those other guys were Roca, or maybe not Riley, but if Dan or Ben were Roca, I think they would probably be bummed too. Mostly Ben, but I think Dan probably a little bit too. But I'm going to talk to you guys about why it mattered. So remember going back, remember when I said that I checked with Christian and I said, guys, can I announce, or Christian, and I asked Brad Gilmore and Frank Janish, I said, guys, can I announce the odd couple as a team? Can I say I'm picking the odd couple? And they said yes. So part of what I think the strategy, I know that all of you guys say Ben Bateman is a champion, and yes, he is. But remember that Roca's been at this a lot longer. Roca's also a current champion, and Roca has been a champion in more divisions. Roca's been where Ben's been, and now has this team's belt, and has been at this longer, and has seniority. But I get that Finstock wanted to show loyalty to Ben by drafting him first, and probably wanted to be able to use him for the rest of the draft and pick his brain, because then he would be on his team and he could ask him questions as Ben has all the research. So if he wanted to do that, he should have announced who's the boss and then announced founding fathers. He did not have to pick Roca last. He could have picked Dan and Roca at the same time. And can Roca actually get upset if he's picked at the same time as Dan? Dan's the greatest of all time. Roca would have been fine, I bet. Fine. If he had been gone in the 3rd round. If first it was who's the boss, and then it was founding fathers. Although probably you should go founding fathers first and then who's the boss. But fine. So I think that was not smart. You have to know your players have egos as a manager, and you have to cater to them. And the fact that Finstock was not smart enough to do that in this moment shows why he should not win manager of the fucking year. Because he's simply not. Last night at the bar, I turned to him, Finstock, and I was like, what do you do? What do you do as manager? Finstock, who, breaking kayfabe for a second, I absolutely fucking adore, and we've been friends forever. But god damn it if I say he's a good manager, because he's not. He's not. So, I saw his stream and he was deaf upset, says Manny. Yes. Roca was singles champ twice. He beat Dan for the first title and he beat Bibbs for the second, says Ryan. Yes. And to go in the 4th round, it's an ego thing for sure, but I get it. And you have to know that as a manager. Bobby Gucci answers to no one, and that's why he doesn't make a good manager. You need to answer to somebody, and it should be your players. And that's the truth. So I did not think that was smart. I did not think that was smart one bit. I just didn't. We have been at this for an hour now, so I think that I probably will talk the awards tomorrow, because there's a lot behind the scenes from the awards as well, and I want to get into it. But I just want to close out talking about the draft, because I will say Yeah, because Ryan just said awards talk now. Are you guys cool with that if we do awards tomorrow? Send bunnies if you're cool if we do awards tomorrow. Send hearts if you're bummed about that. Bunnies if you're cool, hearts if you're not. Bunnies if you're cool, hearts if you're not. Yeah, and Oscar noms tomorrow. That will be a big one for us as well. Okay, everybody's being cool. Thank you, thank you. Robert Parker says it was definitely a weird moment, Tom's draft order. I agree. It wasn't smart of him. It just wasn't smart. Can you give thoughts on Clark Wolf? Manny Gonzalez, what thoughts on Clark Wolf? I think Clark's great. And, on Clark, the announcement about Clark Wolf being the commissioner. Yes. We'll have to see how much that actually has an effect. You know, in this new iteration of the Schmoedown, how much the commissioner actually does. But what I will say about Clark is I find her to be ridiculously fair. You know, I think she really does a great job looking back, like taking a step back and looking at the situation and making a fair assessment of it. So if I had to pick who would make a good commissioner, she knows the game, she's kicked ass at the game, she's incredibly fair, and I think that, you know, I think that that's a good call. Which is great. I'm gonna say call to action won an award, and fuck yes, Jake, good call. And I will talk the awards, I swear. Trying to think of any other major things inside the Schmoedown behind the scenes with the draft. Afterwards, yeah, we all went to have food, and then we all went for drinks. Also, it was Dan Merle's birthday celebration, so we all got to do that. It was really fun. I got to talk to Jay Washington for a really long time, which I always love, and celebrate Dan with all my friends, and a lot of the Screen Junkies people came, including Hal Rudnick was there, and Joe Starr was there. So that was really, really fun. A lot of people talking about Saul. Why is he in here? Yes, Saul has joined. Sleeping Lion has been awoken. Saul, happy to have you here. Saul, I heard that you would not, or you said you would not play for me, but you will be playing, so I'm happy you were drafted. I'm excited to see what you can do. Curious if you're going to make that IG run, because I hear that's where you got the beast inside you. And you never know. You never know. Save that 10th spot for Emma Fife if she comes back, says Garth McMurray. She needs to take some time right now, and she wants to take some time right now, so, you know, that's what she'll do. Clark liked my comment telling her not to put up with Dagnino's bullshit. Darren, yeah, she won't. That's the thing about her. She's fair. She's not going to be strong-armed or bullied or twisted by anything. As I'm getting out of here, Roxy, what the hell are you talking about? Saul, you said it here on this stream. What do you mean, what am I talking about? Love the pic of you with Kaiser and Jay. Thanks, Brittany Parker. Yeah, Kaiser, Jay, and I kind of like grouped at the bar and hung a lot. They're awesome. They're pretty awesome. Guys, make sure that as we're leaving now, you get in all your last minute questions. Like this video with that thumbs up, subscribe. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers. So make sure that we try to do that. We're at 19 right now. And Super Chat or Streamlabs preferably if you're having a good day, week, month, or even year. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer so that I can give shout outs there. And you can do that even if you're not watching live, which is the great part. Tell me when I said that. Saul, you did. And then you yell at me. Darren Batten, Saul trolls you all the time, Roxy. I know he does. Robert Parker. Kaiser is legit the best, not just saying that because of the draft. He's one of the most genuine people ever. Yeah, Kaiser's amazing. I'm better, but Kaiser's good. Kaiser's really good. There's a good team for you to be on. I'd be, again, better, but he's good. We'll see what happens by the end of the year. Roxy told me you'd never pick me because you wouldn't play for me, Saul. And then you said that whole thing about New York, like it's just, like, didn't you know that the planes work both ways or some shit? And also, I think what I said was, I don't know if I would make the best manager for Saul because he doesn't like me that much, and I think you wrote something back like mean. Yeah. Not being a hater, but is everyone concerned about the den being rookie heavy? I blame gravity. No, I'm not concerned about that. Rookies are hungry. I think that they did a really good job. Roxy, instead of, since I did 150 instead of 50 for 3 months later, rewards for 3 months this month. Don Stellato. Are you talking Patreon stuff? DM me on Patreon. Then we can figure out what's going on there. Would you adopt a baby Yoda if you never had a kid? Yes, Jeremy. For sure. That never happened. Please stop saying that it did. Saul, you said that. Does anybody else remember? Also, you were drafted. But Saul, if you want to get traded to my team, I have a spot open. I don't know if you want it. Sounds like you don't really want to. I think that you on purpose went to Kate's team. And again, Saul, what are you trying to do? IG? Wouldn't it be epic if we did end up together, Saul? Match made in heaven? No. Saul, how did you feel being drafted by Kaiser then traded for no apparent reason? I hear that there's something more to that story, although I don't know what it is. The Saul Roxy love triangle is so cute. Thanks, Ken. We try. Sorry, Saul, but I do remember that. Glenn Caesar, thank you. Did you guys see Ben Goddard fall out RB3? Darren, what are you talking about? No, I saw Ben Goddard get drafted. I saw RB3 get drafted, but what are you talking about? Fallout. I need Saul and Roxy show. Simply, that's awesome. Saul's going to be tossed around the teams like a football. Only if he wants to be. Only if he wants to be. Oh, call out to RB3. No, what was his call out? Darren, what did he say? Roxy's got a Boston team. Coy's got a nerdy team. Kate's got an SEN team. Yeah, Kate does have an SEN team. Coy does have a nerdy team. And I do have a Boston team. Boston strong, baby. How much influence do you have over requesting a match for your faction members? John movies we're going to see this year with more managers and all this stuff. We're going to have to really see. Yeah, Kate picked Brett, Don Stellato. It'd be funny if every manager traded Saul. Better let Saul's call go to voicemail. M-Sons, never. Love RB3, but got to stick to the den. Go Bagel Boy. PC, I wanted Bagel Boy, but he went early. Wanted Bagel Boy. He said he wanted to play RB3 because he snitched on him about bagel stealing. That would be an awesome match. I love that. I love that. All right, anyway, guys, if you're watching live or if you're watching after that fact, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. We have one there now. TV, Shika Productions. With Kate drafting Goddard, Marzonia, and Sheridan, do you think they will change the name of the show to Den Live? DEN Live. Oh my god, that is so fucking funny. I should suggest that. That's awesome. I don't think so, but I do love that. So, you never know. So again, Streamlabs, if you're watching this later. Saul says, I hate to disappoint, but I haven't been in here in a while for a reason. I would never say that I wouldn't play for anyone. That's not how I roll. If you haven't been in here, what's the reason you haven't been here in a while then? Because you don't like me. So you don't come by. So you wouldn't want me as your manager. It's pronounced Tashika. 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 It's a Shoktao for warrior. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. But that's great. In the words of RB3, disrespectful. Totally. You've heard of the Sin Bin. How about the Sun Den? That's great. Love that. Love that. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow at noon, right after SEN. We will talk all about the awards. I have a lot of behind-the-scenes dirt about everybody, who got the most drunk, how everybody was acting, which awards went over the best, who was bummed, who was excited, and all that great stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, like. Alex Marzonia in the chat right now, showing up at the very end. Alex Marzonia, you're the best. So happy to see you yesterday. Shout out to Robert Parker for also going so high in the draft. I'm excited to see what you do. Saul, congratulations about going in the draft as well. And to everybody else who's in here, thank you so much for being here, for taking the time out of your day to spend it with me. It means the world to me. You guys are absolute rock stars, always and forever. And I will see you tomorrow, noon, Pacific Standard Time. Schmoedown forever, baby.